Look, I don't even know what to say about Celtic's dominance. I mean, they haven't conceded again at home. Brendan Rodgers now
Has never lost a Scottish Cup tie.
20 games in the Scottish Cup, and he's not lost any of them.
It's astonishing.
Look, I know it's Celtic. I know they're big, richest team in the country, best team in the country, but that's still astonishing.
It's a staggering record.
That's mad.
And by the way, it'll be 22 before the end of this season.
You think so?
Yeah.
Can't you really see past them, can you?
Listen, nobody can get near them. They are miles out in front. They're what's the lead now? 16
yeah.
points further.
Rangers get a game in hand by 16.
Ahead of everybody else in the league. There's just a massive gulf opening up, and that's why I think some Rangers fans were quite upset when I described Rangers as they've become an irrelevance in Scottish football terms. But the reason I was making that point was I said the only thing that can change this for Rangers now would be regime change.
Aye.
That was the point that I was making. And now, here they are in this position.
On the brink of it.
Yep. And that I don't think that automatically it's going to level the playing field right from the get-go. I think it's going to have to take a bit of hard work for Rangers to close the gap. But this gives them potentially the chance. It makes it a realistic proposition. Whereas the way things were going, Rangers were just going down the way, Celtic are getting further and further ahead of them, and it starts to look like a gap that isn't going to be bridgeable.
People were saying it was like Espanyol, Barca, Everton, Liverpool.
Well, and that's the point. That's what Rangers had rendered themselves fairly irrelevant in the whole big picture. But clearly there's a lot going on, as we'll discuss later. And as I said to you, it gives them an opportunity to do something to redress the balance and level the playing field. Because right now, put it this way: if you're in the hat for the last four, your Hearts and Aberdeen right now, the very idea of getting Celtic in the semi-final is just—it's just a gut punch, isn't it?
Well, the other one, obviously, tomorrow night is Livy and St Johnstone.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't see. I did say earlier. I'm not blowing my own horn here, right? I did say earlier in the season I could see Aberdeen winning the Scottish Cup, just purely because it's been such a bizarre campaign.
And are you sticking with that?
Probably not, no. But they've had such a weird season. That would just be typical Scottish football if they went home with the. I mean,
what would be typical Scottish football is Celtic win another treble.
Aye, that's
typical
true,
Scottish football, and that's what you're.
That's what it's become now.
That's what you're looking at, and I'm sure that whether they get Aberdeen or Hearts in the semi-final or St Johnstone or Livingston, people will try their best, but it's just not going to be good enough, especially at Hampden, which is home from Celtic. I think now that this treble is pretty much home and hosed. I just don't see any other conclusion to the season.
If you're watching at home, get involved in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on Celtic's win today. And just going back to the game, I thought Hibs deserved a lot of credit, and so did the Hibs fans. I mean, 7,000 in the away end, the biggest away end at Celtic Park since 2018. And as you say, in the last sort of 10 minutes, they didn't really... Do
you know what? Hibs did well to hang in.
Aye.
They did really well to
hang in. And you did
in.
sense, like, when it lasted, it's only 1-0, one chance.
I never really sensed it.
No, I know. They don't have a chance, but I just mean...
Yeah, but
you never know.
Yeah, and Celtic did get a little bit ragged towards the end of it, but no, I mean, Hibs did just about everything that Hibs could possibly do to stay in the contest, but without ever making it a contest, if you know what I mean. They stayed in it, and I tell you what, my man crush for Big Iredale continues.
He's a good player.
He is a proper player.
He's a really good player.
A really, really top defender.
His last-ditch tackle today on...
Kuhn.
It was Kuhn, you're right, in the first half. That was a great tackle.
Yeah. And also, I think that he made one mistake in the 90 minutes. He was loose with a pass down the left-hand side, down the left flank, went out for a throw-in. I'm actually thinking in all the games that I've been watching Hibs recently, that's maybe the only mistake I can think of him making. He's phenomenally tight in terms of his defensive attributes. He's strong, he's quite quick over the ground, good in the air, robust, resilient, everything you're looking for in a central defender. The Hibs have done really well there, and I don't think it's any coincidence that the turnaround in form came when David Gray went to the three at the back and Iredale came into the starting lineup.
No, absolutely.
I mean, you now couldn't name a Hibs team without him as one of the first names in the sheet.
No, definitely not.
Really impressed by him.
Aye. And the other thing that I think is worth touching on, I know we talked about it a little bit last week, Dyson Maeda. Look, we've said all the superlatives you can, 27 goals now for the season. I think now, though, it's a massive summer for him.
Did
and for
anybody
Celtic.
ever look at Dyson Maeda when he first came to Scotland and see him as a 30-goal striker?
No chance.
Because that's what he's going to be.
We used to say, if he could finish, he wouldn't be here.
Uh-huh.
That makes me think maybe he's not going to be here in the summer.
Well, there's a danger of that because Brendan Rodgers has worked on all the parts of his game that needed worked on. He's improved them. His composure in the final third. He's unrecognisable from the player who arrived here under Ange Postecoglou. Unrecognisable.